So the thing with mainstream media, when they do interviews with people, they regurgitate the same clips, or they will do one lengthy interview and then you get little clips here and there that they basically hang on to for their different news stories. So when I was putting together all the media clips of Daniel Martel talking about the children being missing, there were quite a few that I deleted because as I was putting them all together into the video, which you can find in the Jack and Lily playlist, I was like, oh no, I've just included that one. So I deleted it. And then I was going through videos the other day and I made a discovery. So I want to share my discovery with you because, in my opinion, it actually makes Daniel look even worse. Now, I will explain it a bit shortly, but I'm going to play the first clip first before I dig in.
Ever since the Friday morning, when we noticed that the children were gone, immediately jumped in the vehicle, surveyed all the areas, many dirt roads, many culverts as I could, and waited for the police to get there. And as soon as I noticed they weren't there, I immediately jumped right in the vehicle and surveyed all the area, every dirt road, every culvert that I could find. As soon as I seen they were missing, I jumped right in the vehicle and I did every dirt road and searched every culvert.
So I'm pretty certain that in my video that I did that is just raw footage, just basically one interview after the next of Daniel, I'm pretty certain that I only included one of those clips because having heard him say that as soon as he noticed they weren't there, he immediately jumped in the vehicle and surveyed the area and every dirt road and every culvert, I went, oh yeah, I just listened to that clip. So I deleted any subsequent ones. But it turns out that he actually said the same thing 3 times over. You will note, though, that he gradually adapted. So in the first interview, he didn't say as soon as I noticed they weren't there or they were missing. He missed that out. It wasn't something that happened immediately. But then by the second interview, let's make ourselves into a big hero. The moment we noticed they were missing, we went and did all these things. Aren't we a hero? And he goes from surveyed all the area, many dirt roads, many culverts, to every dirt road and every culvert. So he's evolving as well. But here's the thing. When someone is basically repeating the same story pretty much verbatim, that is a red flag. Because you should hear variations in the retelling each time if it is not a rehearsed narrative. He has definitely rehearsed this narrative. He's decided, this works, this is good. After the first retelling, he decided, well, hang on, I need to make myself into a bit more of a hero. So now I will make sure that I jump in the vehicle the moment, the millisecond that I notice they're missing. And I won't just survey many dirt roads and many culverts, but I will survey every single dirt road and every single culvert that I could possibly find. I half imagine that had he been given the opportunity to do a few more interviews on the day that he did at least the second and third ones, maybe by the 5th or the 6th interview, he might have actually been cutting his own dirt roads in the bush and building his own culverts just so he could check them. Now, like I said, it is a red flag when someone pretty much has the same story verbatim. The wording should change every time. It shouldn't sound so rehearsed as this. So it would seem that our boy Daniel is a bit of an overachiever because from doing these interviews, it seems that in his mind, he got a standing ovation for Act 1. So he wanted to take it a step further. So I'm going to play you 2 more clips back to back and pay close attention to these clips. Not just to the wording, but to what else is going on at the same time.
Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, and anything like that. But Lily loves girly things, but she also loves doing everything with Jack, bugs. They're like best friends, not just brother and sister. And Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, and anything like that. But Lily loves girly things, but she also loves doing everything with Jack, bugs. They're like best friends, not just brother and sister.
So this time he's decided that that was pretty spot on, that speech, because he didn't deviate from it once. Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, and anything like that. But Lily loves girly things, but she also loved doing everything with Jack, bugs. They're like best friends, not just brother and sister. So 2 things that really stood out to me here. First of all, when he was saying about all these things that they love, both times he slipped up and used past tense, saying that Lily loved doing everything with Jack. This was scripted. He wrote this down and memorised it. But not only that, I suspect he stood in front of a mirror and practiced it. Because if you watched what he was doing there, as he got to anything like that, in both those clips, he puts his hand up to his face to pretend that he's overwhelmed on the exact same word. He rehearsed this before doing his media interviews. Not only that, but he choreographed it. Anything is not a trigger word. If you are telling somebody about something sad or something traumatic and you have an emotional reaction, your reaction is going to come on a trigger word. So in this statement, for example, I would expect the trigger to be something like they were best friends. Best friends being the trigger because you're thinking about them at that point in time, thinking about the closeness of their relationship, thinking about who they were as individuals. So yes, you may suddenly have a bit of an emotional reaction as you say best friends or as you say brother and sister. But he was starting to say anything like that. He was being very, very general. He wasn't even talking about specifics anymore. It was a you add to it yourself kind of situation. I've given you a few suggestions now, anything like that. Those sorts of things. In his mind, he's not even thinking specifics. So there shouldn't be this emotional reaction. And yet in both clips at exactly the same time, we get that fake thing with his hand pretending that he's overwhelmed. I'm going to play these clips for you again so you can have another look.
Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, and anything like that. But Lily loves girly things, but she also loves doing everything with Jack, bugs. They're like best friends, not just brother and sister. Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, and anything like that. But Lily loves girly things, but she also loves doing everything with Jack, Bugs. They're like best friends, not just brother and sister.
Now, I did ask the question of myself, is it possible that this was two news stations basically recording him at the same time and then playing the same clip? But from spending probably at least half an hour working on triangulating his location and listening to the traffic sounds in the background, I am 99% certain that this is not the same clip, just on different channels. That said, I certainly won't be offended if someone does manage to prove me wrong. But, you know, whichever way you look at it, these ones here are definitely scripted. And he's pretty much stuck to the script, aside from just changing the words a little bit to make himself sound like even more of a hero. Like I said, he went from checking many dirt roads and many culverts to every dirt road and every culvert. And of course, the possibilities beyond that are endless. So, on that note, thanks for listening. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. Also, please hit that like button and please leave a comment below. Thank you, and I'll catch you in the next one.